don't know how people do this. They just, hi, I'm such and such. Da, 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 da. No. But today, I saw something that inspired me. I think his name is Mastin Kip. He was talking about PTSD. Turn off the heater. So he was talking about PTSD, and in particular, what did he say about PTSD? It's a neurological response in the body, right? And it's your body telling you that you're in danger. He used the specific example of someone who's been in combat before. And I say to myself, myself, I was diagnosed with PTSD. I found out that I started to notice that I was having some like reactions, like I forget what the word is called when, excuse me, I forget what it's called when someone who has PTSD, they have flashbacks, all these flashbacks and triggers. I thought it was because of my situation, because I was in a toxic relationship, and we would physically fight. So I thought that it was a reaction to that. Come to find out, it's a reaction to something else. Now, I'm still working on this with my therapist. I don't even know exactly what or who, what, where, why. I don't know. I have an idea. I think it was something that happened in my childhood or whatever. But anyway, so I was diagnosed with PTSD. And it's hard because it's not like, one thing or the other. Now that I've gotten older and I've had some things happen to me, it is a little bit different. It is like there will be certain things, like, let's say, like if people move too fast, or if you talk too loud, or if you like say something that I perceive as threatening or something like that, like, yeah, it's an issue. I will probably physically react. Like if you tell me, I'll give you an example. I had this guy that I work with or whatever at my job. He's upset or whatever. He was saying something. He was upset. For whatever, from his perception of what something that happened. Whatever. He's like, oh, well, he got people that'll handle that. I said, handle what? And number one, I had to remember where I was. Excuse me. Number two, I was like, no, because even if in my mind I'm like, this man is not going to do anything to me, my body started to tense. So all of a sudden I started feeling like, oh, devil's a lie. The devil's a lie. I'm going to get this off my chest regardless. So I started to feel things in my body, which equated to me having anxiety. And I was like, okay, even more I noticed I need to really I just, being more mindful. I think I knew it was really becoming an issue because I started having panic attacks. And with these panic attacks, I mean, it full-fledged feels like a grown-ass person is sitting on my chest. And I just don't feel well. I can't breathe. And it's just an instant flood of panic that comes over me. I can't breathe. I feel overstimulated and I feel overwhelmed. And I literally have to go hide under my covers because I need to recover. I have some other coping skills too, but whatever. This year, 2019, I began to realize that no, you know what it was? I got triggered. That's what it was. I had gotten triggered. I have been having issues with the PTSD because I've been triggered many times, and it was getting harder for me to recover. So what happened was that it put my body in a fight, flight, freeze response for a long time. And literally I was just like tunnel vision. I didn't see anything else. I didn't pay attention to anything else. All I could think was, I just got to do what I got to do. Like, just focus. Like, I was a workaholic, so I gotta get this money. I gotta get this money. I gotta get this money. I have 3 kids to take care of, honey. I have bills to pay. I need to go do what I have to do, and would completely just leave other things to the wayside, and then healing at the same time. So I'm like, focus. I gotta get this money, and the jobs that I have worked in are not easy. They take a lot of stamina, sometimes physically, but mostly mentally and emotionally. And then still have to be present for my children. And then I was just overworking myself to death. And then I had to ask myself, okay, what's wrong? Like, why are you doing this to yourself? What are you doing? Because the shit just wasn't making sense. I realized I just did that because I guess I was just using that as a mechanism to cope with, not even cope, to ignore how I was feeling. So I'm like, okay, all right, I figured that out. I got rid of one job. I was working 2 jobs. And went on vacation. I went on a beautiful vacation. September 2019. I went to Puerto Rico. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't know, I've always had a connection to Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rican culture, Puerto Rican people just does something for me. So it was like a big thing for me. That was a big deal for me to go. And I went and absolutely enjoyed myself. Like, I really, when I look back at some of those pictures, I don't think I ever smiled that hard. Excuse me. I don't think I've smiled that hard, or just I felt present. I was there, I did feel a little bit off, like some things, like I did have a little bit like of a hard time sleeping, but just I felt so free because I did not have that hustle and bustle. That's what I thought it was at first. Oh, it's just a hustle, because I'm hustling. Like, I get up, I have to get ready, I have to get my kids ready, boom, I have to go. Josiah goes to his school bus. After I drop him off, then I have to go drop off Yubi. Then I have to go to work. From work, after I'm done with that, I'm literally rushing to pick up Yubi. Josiah comes home. We finish off the rest of our day. I'm just constantly feeling like I'm rushing from one place to the next. I came back, I was like, nah, I'm tired of that shit. Because not only that, I realized that was putting my body in that fight or flight system thing. It was putting my body in that. I'm like, oh no, I can't have this. So I took steps to chill that out. I changed my schedule. I wanted to work full time at this one particular job. I decided I wasn't going to do that anymore. That my life, and when I noticed, when I calm down, my children calm down, which means life is even better. So I was like, okay, like, this is good. Getting in the groove, things are looking great, but still feeling something just doesn't feel right. Something don't feel right. Then I started to notice that it's a meme I was getting, this meme that it's hard for you to heal in the place where you were wounded. Then I noticed I love my city. I love Boston. I do. I mean, I hate the winter, but the culture of this place I really like. You want to come here, there's lots of jobs here. You can make some money. It's just the cost of living is fucking ridiculous. That's another reason why I'm just not happy about it. But yeah, I said to myself, okay, start feeling flashbacks. I recently moved. I've only been in this apartment for a year. And imagine, I didn't have a lot of issues here, but just enough. I was like, this place is keeping me hostage. As soon as I come to my front door, I'm reminded of some not so great things. When I open my door, I'm in my living room, I'm reminded every day. I said, okay, I need a change. I need a change. I'm really proud of myself because I've done so much work to heal. It's not easy. It really isn't easy. I've done a lot of work to even my own thoughts. Man, it's hard. It's one thing when you think you're fighting this or that. I realized that truly everyone is a reflection, and reflections and projections. That's what we're dealing with. Either everyone is a reflection of how I feel about myself, or something I'm dealing with myself, or it's like a projection of something going on with me. Either way, people in situations are sent as lessons to let you know what's going on internally. And I said, okay, so like I really need to deal with some shit. I feel I've gotten to a level now. I feel like I've gotten really to the deeper inner child healing, which has really been great. Cause before I used to think I really had, like, I gave zero fucks, but for real, really just not giving a fuck because I'm feeling stronger within my core. I remember I knew something was, I've been on this journey for a long time, so I knew something was off in terms of love, self-love. I really could not understand the concept of what self-love was. I've been looking for this for over 10 years, maybe no, about 10-ish. 10 years, because I just didn't have a concept in understanding. I couldn't grasp it. What is that? What is self-love? What does that mean? What is codependency? What does that mean? Okay. Just what do these things mean? So, now that I've finally found it, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling strong in that solar plexus there. But sometimes I do struggle with, I guess, feelings of insecurity, and I think it more so has to do with like that feelings of safety. I need to feel safe, and because certain things, because I just got chills. It's all about feeling safe for me, and because I don't feel safe, I feel, and that makes me feel insecure. And feeling safe can mean different things. Feeling safe, like emotionally, like, can I trust you? Is this a safe space for me? That kind of safe. Or is this just another person out to get me? Or what do you want from me? Are you just trying to suck the fucking life force out of me? Because I don't need that either. It's amazing though. I finally feel like, okay, I trust me. So I can't believe I wanted to be like one of you motherfucking muggles. I can't believe that shit. I I used to shrink in the thought of being different from other people. Like I just didn't want to be different. Look at me, okay? I feel like I stand out like a sore thumb. But now I just embrace that shit. Completely embracing me, who I am authentically, because that's like who I am is good. Who I am is great. Actually, yeah, who I am is not just good but great, you know? And yeah, just figuring it out. I can't believe I wanted to be like one of you fucking muggles. Muggle life ain't for me, boo. At the same time, I feel so strong because I knew I had it all along. I should have just trusted myself, but you know, I couldn't. Sometimes I was put in situations where I was taught to not even trust myself, my own intuition. It was constantly, that was a spiritual lesson for me. It was a battle to even understand that. No, bitch, you got this. You know exactly what the fuck you be talking about. You know exactly what's going on. You got this. Trust yourself. And now I will never doubt myself again. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. because I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of and I know what I can do. I say all of that to say, number one, for anybody that has ever been diagnosed with PTSD, I feel you, I understand. For anyone who has experienced that, I feel you, I understand. The message is always that you will recover, you will make it through. But it's really, I feel like it's so important to acknowledge that this shit is hard. It is hard, but you can do it.